Hello, my name is Michael Andrade, Fire Rescue Captain, Kailua Fire Station. On December 14th, I received a call of a 13-year-old male, non-swimmer, that became missing upon playing with his other friends in the water. On the southern area where people jump off the rocks, upon arrival at scene, conditions were rough. There was a high wind and high surf advisory. Winds were blowing 20 to 30 with gusts higher. The ocean was a lot of whitecaps. There was significant ocean surges, whiteout conditions. All the sand was all turbulent in the area. All in all, the conditions were pretty hazardous. Day 1 incorporated a land, sea, and search. Chopper 1 and 2 were up in the air searching. We're notified that there is a cave. We made several attempts to at least get close to the cave. The conditions were way too hazardous with the surges and zero visibility. Came the second day, the conditions were still rough and hazardous. We've done grid searches. The entire Hapuna Bay was searched thoroughly. Came the third day, the weather conditions were really nice, almost zero wind. Visibility was 100 feet. We made a plan to thoroughly search the cave. The cave was searched with negative findings. And on the fourth day, the father and mother approached me. I could just see by his gestures that he really had something to say to me. And he went down on his knees and he grabbed both my hands and actually broke down and was begging that we would search an additional day. At that point in time, I granted his wish. He was so grateful. It's hard to describe, but you know the importance of closure for a family. He informed me that they would have a church service for his son at the son's school. Students and friends and family will have a prayer service for their missing son, and he would be back after a few hours. While they were in the prayer service, praying for their son, a significant finding occurred.
Some reports coming back that they were seeing something during the surges down a crevice that was maybe about 6 inches wide, maybe about 8 to 10 feet deep. When the surge came in, they were able to make a positive ID on the victim's arm. They could see the arm floating back and forth with the surge. The location of that crevice in relation to the opening to the cave looked to be about anywhere from 30 to 40 feet. We didn't really know how deep this cave system was. We had reports from guys in the area saying that it's pretty deep, 60, 70 feet. We gathered up the crew on Rescue Boat 7 and we said, we're going to make an attempt to recover his body. I needed 2 volunteers to be the lead. Dave Mahone and Riley Young volunteered to be the entrance team. We went over our safety protocols, we went over our safety measures and what we would do. We identified what personnel would be located at certain areas in this evolution. When they went into the back corridor. Dave and Riley, they had to remove their scuba packs to make it through the opening. The report from Dave is that in the back corridor, there was an air bubble. When he finally stuck his head up in that lava tube, there was a space, a void. And when he went up there, he saw the victim lodged in this void. Dave was able to stand up now, and working together with the surge, they were able to unlodge the victim and bring him down. And that's where Riley helped Dave to bring him into the cave and make their egress out of that system. Every time a surge would come in, the water level would be above Dave's head and he would have to be on air. And when the surge goes out, the water level would drop below and he was able to talk. So he would be on and off his regulator between surge. The operation was starting to take a lot of time. The guys that are underwater in the cave, they're on air the full time. While Dave is working to free the victim, there were 6 divers underwater working in the evolution along the safety rope. They're working in one dark atmosphere, they can't see anything. It's a confined space, a very limited work area, and they had to move the victim along. You're not able to fit more than 1 person through that opening. It was very challenging. It was a lot of work involved. It was hard to do. It was hard on the rescuer coming through. We brought the victim on board of Rescue 7. This particular recovery presented a lot of challenges for the rescue men because they were put in an unfamiliar situation. Diving in a confined space is not something that we practice or train for. limited visibility, dealing with the surf and the surge. You know, all of these things are very hazardous situation, very dangerous. I would like to tip my hat to those guys who stepped up and met the challenge, or not something that we always train for. Is due to their professionalism, everybody's professionalism that was involved. Sometimes for a family, a recovery is just so emotional for them. Getting back to the station and having the family calm their emotions of being so thankful that we were able to recover their son, it had a profound effect on everybody involved. Like I said, it wasn't a dry eye in the place at that time. Everybody became emotional, and I think the family, I don't know how to say it, but I think they were, I really don't know what the word is, yeah. I don't like to say happy, you know, because it is a sad time for them. I think the closure that the family had, they were grateful for that. You know, very emotional for the rescuers involved also.
Because of the heroic efforts and bravery, I'd like to nominate the rescue team for the Sierra Award.